So we have a patient here, and it's kind of obvious, but we'll walk through it here. But patient has a really significant bunion and a very significant hammer toe. And looking at this foot, you can even tell that this toe isn't even touching the ground. It is just touching the top of this big toe. Can you tell us what kind of pain, discomfort you're having with this toe deformity here?
Well, it's just uncomfortable to walk. I was told once that as long as the big toe and the other toe meet, that I didn't need that other toe, the hammer toe. But it's just uncomfortable. My shoes, I always have a bump in my shoe. I just want pretty feet again. Or decent feet.
I hear you. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to numb you up here in a second. Then we're going to walk you back to the surgery suite here in the office. We'll show people what this is like in the operating room. And again, you'll be walking right out of here. You'll have a wrap on your foot. You will not have any metal in your body. You will not have any pins or wires shish kebabbing out of the toe. So we'll get you rolling here in 1 second. So we got the patient scrubbed, prepped, and draped already. And we're going to be making a small incision here for the second toe. There's a small little dot here that you can't see from your angle, but that's where we're going to be making an incision over here to smooth down the bump. We're also going to be making a small little incision on the inside of the big toe to make a wedge of bone cut to swing the big toe over. You can see on the x-ray here, the hammer toe deformity. You can see the second toe going over the big toe. You can see this big prominent medial eminence, this big bunion bump right here. And I'll show you guys what this looks like after the bone cuts are done, but what you'll see is this big bump is gone, and we have swung over the big toe, and then we've also addressed the hammer toe to the second toe and gotten it more straight. We're actually through the long part of the procedure, which is actually shaving down the bump, but through this little small poke incision on the side, you can see how much of this bump was shaved off of the bunion. And that was just through a small little incision and utilizing a burr. You can actually see the burr on this x-ray on the right, that little instrument that looks kind of like a Christmas tree. But that's the longest part of the procedure. Now we just make a small little wedge cut in the big toe bone, which is called the phalanx. And then we're going to straighten out this toe, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in two. So here we are done with surgery, and you can see we have one little poke hole incision there. And then there's another poke hole incision right here on the inside, and another little poke hole incision here. And when we splint the patient, this is going to heal right there, and then this toe that was hammered is going to lay nice and flat like that. And you can see just by doing that, the difference, because before this toe was overlapping the big toe. We can look at the x-ray right here. You can see what I did here. Shaved off the medial eminence of the bunion, which is the bump. Made a cut in this bone to wedge it over. Also made a cut in the metatarsal neck here, a cut in the toe bone, and I also planed off the bottom of the metatarsal head with what's called a Haskell procedure, but this looks really good. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing great.
Patient's here under local anesthesia, doing great. We're just gonna put a dressing on her and she's going to walk right out of here. So our patient is now 1 week out from the emerald bunion transformation and also straightening the hammer toe on this toe. And before surgery, this big toe over here was about almost 90 degrees in that direction. And then this toe here was on top of this big toe. But we are actually just, exactly a week out. 1 week out. You walked in here, you walked right out of surgery. How were things after the surgery? How was pain, discomfort?
It was uncomfortable the first day. When I got home, I had taken a tramadol just before I came. And at night I go to Tylenol. And that's what I've been taking ever since.
Just Tylenol?
Just Tylenol.
That's really good, just taking Tylenol. Great. And you've been walking on it, is that correct?
I've been out every day, walking and driving.
Wonderful. How is it feeling now after 7 days from surgery when you're walking? Any pain, discomfort?
Really, no. I can do pretty good, except once in a while I get a little sharp pain across the top of my foot. But other than that,
Fantastic.
I'm having no problem.
Now I'm really cranking this toe. This is the big bunion we did surgery on. Any pain?
No pain.
Any pain here?
No.
Okay, and then we also straightened out this hammer toe. Any pain here?
No.
Good.
Am I going to still have that knot on top
Oh, that's gonna flatten out.
of that foot?
Yeah, that's swelling. Yeah, that's swelling. Wonderful. You're doing great, my dear. So we have a patient here who is now 6 weeks out, and we did the emerald bunion transformation to the big toe, so that allowed me to smooth down the bump, bring the toe into a straight position to take care of the bunion. And this patient also had a toe deformity, so this toe was actually going over the big guy, and so now you can see that this toe is nice and straight. No amputation needed for this, so that's great. I think you had gotten a second opinion and someone had told you to amputate the toe, but that is definitely not needed. Got you into a great position and still have all 5 toes here, so phenomenal. How are you at this point? I mean, we're 6 weeks out. Can you talk to us about the recovery? Were you having any difficulty after surgery?
I didn't have any difficulty. I walked out of here right after the surgery, got in my car, went home, rested. The next day, got in my car and started driving. I've been driving ever since, haven't had any pain or anything. We had surgery on a Thursday, and Sunday, I felt a little funny on Thursday through Sunday, but after Sunday, it was like pain just stopped, and I never had another pain.
Fantastic. So you were walking and driving right away. Any pain when I moved the toe? Any pain when I press it? Fantastic. Overall, are you pleased with the outcome?
Very pleased.
Great. Anything else you'd like to say about your surgery?
No, I'm very pleased with it and happy that it's turned out as good as it has.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.